Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 10 of the November Daily Draws. As we close out the weekend and approach a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Ellen Dugan's Witch's Tarot, and an Oracle card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. The Knight of Swords. So, what does the Knight of Swords say to us today? We've had a time to reflect. If we've had a hermit time, if we've realized that we need to go inwardly, listen to that inner voice, get our light again for the way forward, recognizing that there are changes that we cannot stop, and that the only thing that we can do is adapt to them and determine how we react to them. We've had that in the past couple of days. We've had that. We've had the Wheel of Fortune. We've had the Hermit card. We've had all of that. Now we have the Knight of Swords today. Now it's to think about, if we've reconnected with ourselves, once we've reconnected with ourselves as listening to the message of the Hermit card from yesterday, if we've reconnected with our core being, with that inner voice, we may have gained some light and insight into how we need to be and what we need to do. So now it's to think about what actions we can take in order to begin to make our response. So we need to make some plans, perhaps, or put some plans into action. What is it that we can do? What steps is it that we can actively take at this time? They may only be small steps to start with, but if we are determined to respond in the right way, there may be small steps that we can take that will move us forward, that will help us respond, that will be the right kind of reaction to the changes in place. How can we take action to be ready for what comes next? What steps and actions can we take? What forms of communication can we indulge in? What's our verbal response or our written response or whatever in our communication? How do we communicate our response and our action? We need to be doing something in that line too. So we need to be thinking about what we're going to do, not just theoretically, but practically in action, actually doing something, saying something, communicating it. We need to be ready to speak when we need to speak. We need to be ready to act when we need to act. This is it's coming to a time when the time of remaining silent is coming to an end. The time of inactivity is coming to an end, because we can't afford to be silent. We can't afford to be inactive. We've got to be doing something, saying something. We've got to respond to what's happening around us and not just let it passively happen. Yes, then we may not be able to stop the things around us, but as I said, we can determine how we are going to respond to that and meet that with our energy and with our sense of purpose. What is finding our purpose in this? What can we do? Sometimes we can despair of the situation because we feel powerless. We feel that there's nothing we can do. But there will be things and there may be things that at the start may feel insignificant, and they may be small things. But the act of actually doing something is putting some energy out there. And the more of us that do that in a situation, I can actually begin to have an impact. But all we can do, we can encourage other people to join us if it's in a common good thing. But if it's in our own personal situation, it's down to us to begin it. And even in a wider situation that involves, a community or whatever, where it requires other people, well, we can't necessarily determine what other people are going to do, but we can determine what we do. And as long as we do what we feel we need to do, and maybe by us actually doing that, we'll encourage other people to do the same. Sometimes people wait for the first ones to do it before they join. And if nobody steps out, then everyone remains silent or inactive. So, are we prepared to suit up and fight for what we believe is right? Put our armor on and march forward into the fray, no matter how tough it's going to seem, to say what we need to say, to do what we need to do. And in our personal situations, there are things we need to say and do that we've been afraid to. Maybe now is need to summon up the courage to let our voice be heard and to take the actions that we need to take. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. The High Priestess. Love it. And the phrase here is harness mystic power. Harness your power, your inner power, the power of your true self, the power of your authentic self, and your voice. The power of your voice has, you may not understand it. It has that mystic element to it. But your inner power can, if you exercise it, if you speak it, it can have an impact. And if anybody can see the way forward, have to spend it connecting themselves and to the universe, and then gains what they need, gain that universal energy that they need, that energy within. Harness that, and let's move forward to respond the way we need to respond. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 11. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.